Here we are again, huh? Your boy's back, yes. It's Rizzo the Great in the flesh. Young Rizzo, young King Rizzo. I am back, and I'm already late, so let's just get right to this stuff, man. Y'all see the title. This weekend was so bad, it made me have to get back shooting content. I had to get off some of these perspectives, some of these opinions that y'all love, man. Let's just start right here, bro. This weekend, MVP puts on a card, right? Massive card, amazing, right? Netflix, all that. It is first of all, great accomplishment. Great accomplishment. Let's get that out the way. Highest paid female fight of all time. I like what they're doing, all right? I like the idea of MVP and all that, right? But I just, as I watched the card, it became even more clear, like, oh yeah, the UFC does talk about only having the best fighters in the world fight the best fighters in the world, right? And, let's skip the prelims, man. Junior Dos Santos fought, and the guy who beat him looked good, but Junior Dos Santos is old, bro. He's very old, right? And then, we get to the Francis fight, and they're like, oh my God, we're going to watch Francis fight again. This is awesome. Who's he fighting? Yeah, he's fighting Buddy. I don't know. He fighting Buddy. I see from American Top Team, that's cool. But he not in the UFC, so he not at the highest level, right? Okay, so then the fight plays out. Francis is dog walking him. He dog walks him the whole first round. Bro was out of there. I was worried for bro. It didn't look good. He didn't like what he was getting on the feet. He didn't like what he was getting on the ground. He didn't like none of what he was getting out there. Okay, but yeah, I guess I should have figured, it's just Francis fighting a guy we never heard of who hasn't made it to the UFC yet, All good. Let's get to that Nate Diaz fight. I said, oh man, Nate the Killer about to fight Stockton's finest, about to fight Mike Perry. Okay. Nate's a little old though, right? I seen him fight Jake. I think he was a little hurt. He looked all right though. Okay, I seen him fight Jorge. Looked a little old. Jorge old too. Mike Perry's still doing his thing. BKFC. He's still dangerous as hell. He eats punches. He still got the motor. Okay, but maybe he ain't been to deep waters yet. But when is the last time they went to deep waters? So anyways, Nate's bleeding like a dog after the first 2 rounds, bruh. Nate looked gassed, man. It was like, what's his name? Mike could just tee off on him. I never seen Nate hugging his tummy. He trying to do the walk away, but like, bro, he's still in range. It ain't even like, he's still on you, gang. That shit don't work a little. He grabbing the fence and kicking up. Bro, I'm like, well, yeah, and this was the co-main event. Golly, you got old man looking Nate. And I love Nate. Nate, I met you in Vegas, bro. I love you. But him versus Mike Perry, he leaking so much they got to stop the fight. I'm like, man, this is getting a little weird, bro. This is getting a little weird. And then let's get to the main event, Ronda. Ronda talking about this fight bigger than Muhammad Ali. I'm the next Frazier. This is bigger than anything Muhammad Ali did. He never did this. Now I wonder, was anyone asking for, like, we need to see Ronda again? She left so much on the table. Because it kind of looked like, she was such a pioneer for women and women's fighting, right? But then you start getting the Amanda Nunes. But again, she the GOAT. She the female GOAT. So can we really knock her for that? The Holly Holmeses, though. I mean, the ladies just got too advanced where her era, she kind of got phased out. No disrespect. So who's Ronda fighting? I wasn't really asking for Ronda. Gina. Gina, when was she fighting, like 09? 2010? All right. And she went to the UFC with this prior, right? Like Dana's like, oh yeah, that's a main event fight right there. You and Gina, you coming back, you and Gina, main event fight. We're set. Put it on the White House card. Like, can you imagine Dana being like, yeah. And people are thinking, oh, this is the biggest threat to Dana and them. Now, I get it as far as the pay. But as far as the production, first of all, the 45-minute interviews, it's pissing me off, man. But as far as the fights themselves, when Dana says, we only put on world-class fights, and then you see MVP like, nah, we can low-key compete. We got big names on this card. But then you look at the card breakdown. All right, let's get back to it. Let me not horse around. Let me get right to it. So you got Ronda fighting Gina. Like, okay, well, they never fought back then. I guess there's that. That's the storyline. But no, the story had to be us versus UFC, and UFC's going down. Okay, cool, got it. Like we can go with that. And then, I mean, so you got older, aging superstar Ronda, former huge superstar Ronda, versus previously obese Gina, whose heyday was in like '09, and we're supposed to be expecting like, oh my God, this is gonna be a banger, man. I'm gonna tell my grandkids about this fight, the biggest. I mean, it's cool, MMA first, Netflix. But point is, so old woman Gina comes out. Every time I see old woman Gina on camera, why instead of warming up, I see Ronda warming up, getting her little boxing. No, not the little throwback with the little head turn. No, she looking she looking like she been working on her hands, right? Don't know why she was working on her hands. You can see Gina sitting there Gina, why are you two-stepping, girl? Why are you two-stepping? Okay. So we don't wait 45 minutes for this next fight to start. Gina is still she getting loot. Like, I don't know what she on. She counting her money or something, bro. Okay, because her mind was not on fighting. So anyways, let me make sure I'm not touching this mic. So anyways, Gina comes out there. It gets double-legged, mounted, and arm-barred in under 15 seconds. When's the last time you've seen someone in the UFC get arm-barred from the mount position? You know, when you're learning how to first do an armbar, oftentimes you learn it from mount. That's the intro to how to do an armbar. You learn it from mount. Same thing with the triangle. A lot of these submissions, when you're first learning, you learn from the mounted position. I don't think anyone on this planet would have that easy a time double-legging me, mounting me, and armbarring me. And I'm not even close to a professional, but it's just, have you ever grappled before? Because you're mounted, and the person had to grab your arm, step across you, fall back, and you're sitting there. Okay, so you'd think she'd be very embarrassed, right? You know, you spent all this time promoting this fight, all this stuff, you're making her comeback, you lost 100 pounds for this stuff, and you get armbarred in 15 seconds. And I say to myself, why do I waste my own time? What did I expect from any of this card that I didn't see? I'm a betting man. I didn't bet anything because all of the favorites were obvious favorites. I'm just talking about those 3-minute events. I didn't know the other people except for Junior Dos Santos. Respect. But why do we do this to ourselves? We knew. But again, it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle, so I was willing to watch. But 15 seconds, and Shorty gets up smiling. They're hugging and laughing. Do you think this was the highest level of... Do you think Jake and Nikisa... I know they're overall happy with the event, although a lot of empty seats in that building. Let's not get into that. But do you think they were happy with that fight? Jake literally said... He said, yeah, it would have been nice if, they stood up and struck at least a little bit, right? And even if they did go to the ground, I just don't think anyone was expecting, like, wait a minute. You've been doing this over 20 years. I know you stopped and got fat, but even if you did it for 5 years, 2 years, you're not supposed to get double-legged, mounted, and then arm-barred. You weren't hurt. You weren't tired. You weren't fatigued. You're just an idiot. You wasted our time. Both of yous. Y'all both wasted our time. I'm just being honest. But man, guys, I just had to get this off. I'm going to start doing more content like this. But I had to express myself. And I had to be late. But I had to go see my mom yesterday. Yeah, went to go see her. I go to see her every Sunday. So now this is coming out on a Monday. I'm going to get this set up looking good. But I just had to pop my shit for a little bit, bro. I've been holding on to this since Saturday. On top of that, My boy orders hot chicken from the same place that's trash. We know it's trash. I damn near root for them to mess up his order. Bruh, they messed up his order. 3rd time in a row. Anyways, man, I don't want to ramble, but guys, stay tuned for more content of me discussing whatever I want to discuss. I've tried to round up and get podcasters and stuff, but eventually you just realize motherfuckers don't know how to podcast. They can't work the mic for a living. You know what I mean? But anyways, guys, I got to figure out like an intro to this stuff. What song I'm gonna use for this stuff. I gotta see how this is looking. Like I gotta go back into Premiere and see how all this is looking. But yeah, stay tuned for more takes, more opinions. Let me just sit here for a second and see if there's anything else that I forgot to chime in on. Nah, I think that's it. Thank you to everyone who's watching this, and I love you. And in a second, I'm gonna talk about the Max Holloway versus Conor McGregor announcement. Boy, do I have some thoughts.